Kaffee, Kippe, Kacken. Das letzte war ich schon heute Morgen. Anfang nächstes Jahr. Geil, Mann.
Thank you, Jared. And thank you, CitizenCON. It is an honor to be here. Yesterday, we presented the verse that we're creating.
Anfang nächstes Jahr.
We shared new tech, locations, creatures, giant worm, social features, things we're doing with orgs. We even played the first chapter of Squadron 42 live. How great was that? Yeah? Few minor glitches, but nothing we can't sort out. Crafting will fundamentally change not only how you play the game, but why you play the game.
Ja, okay, wie fair könnte sein, ja.
So, what is crafting? Why does it matter? Why should you be as excited as I am about this? Well, first off, crafting is a profession. It requires its own set of tools, the knowledge of how to use them. Crafting offers progression. You become a better crafter by learning new blueprints and upgrading them. Crafting builds on the existing gathering professions. When you would go out and you collect your materials for crafting, we are adding new depth and meaning to those activities. Crafting provides customization. There isn't just one way to craft something. Like I said, we have upgrades. How you make and upgrade the things you craft is sometimes just as important as what you're crafting.
Okay, es gibt nicht nur einen Weg, um Sachen zu
You can
craften.
earn cosmetic upgrades, craft unique items, even subscriber flair. But nowhere is this versatility more obvious than base building. We're going to have nearly limitless options for how you construct your home, how to customize your base to meet your own goals. So where do we get started with crafting? Well, you can't craft without materials. Luckily, we've got a lot of ways to gather resources in the game. And crafting is designed to complement and expand on all of these existing gathering professions, as well as future additions. Let's take a closer look at mining as an example. We've got hand mining and vehicle mining and ship mining. That's a lot of mining. But with crafting, we're going to introduce a lot of materials. So there's not just more to mine, but we're also going to specialize. So for instance, each type of mining will have its own unique materials to gather. Gathering specific materials efficiently will require you to use the right gathering profession. Let's talk about refining. Currently, only mining resources can be refined, but doing so allows you to turn them into more valuable processed resources. With crafting, we're going to expand refining to include options for all raw materials.
Warum sind da Kopienhörner?
In addition to expanding the variety of materials you can gather,
Seht
refining
ihr es zwar
lets
nicht,
you
aber
create
unter meiner
process
Kamera.
materials that you're going to need to craft your upgraded blueprints. So now that you've gathered all these materials, what do you do with them? Currently, your only options in the game really are to sell them to a shop or maybe complete a contract. Adding crafting into the game radically changes your options. You can still mine, refine, and sell your resources, but now you have the option to make valuable and unique items, weapons, armor, even vehicles and ships. Right?
Zukunftsmusik.
And by valuable, I mean that the crafted gear that you create has the potential to be better than anything you can buy in a shop.
Okay.
But crafting doesn't end with shiny new gear.
Maybe.
Think much bigger. Crafting enables you to build your own home among the stars.
Ja.
Choose to make a farm, a hunting lodge, an industrial complex, your own trading hub, a military outpost, even a sprawling town with your friends and org mates.
Before you can craft anything, you'll need a blueprint. Blueprints provide the recipe to perform all kinds of crafting processes, including refining.
Ja,
You can acquire
Crafting-Rezepte.
blueprints through various activities. Some you can buy, some you can find.
Blueprints
some
kann man
can be
halt
unlocked
durch
or earned
Aufträge
in
kaufen
other ways.
oder looten bekommen.
You can also upgrade your blueprints through research. We'll go into more detail about what this means a bit later.
Blueprint Upgrades, okay.
Blueprints are the recipe, and Rick already told us the materials you gather and refine will be the ingredients. But there's a bit more to it than that. We have a new concept for materials, material quality.
Oh shit.
Quality is a property we're adding to all resources you can gather. That's an abstract measurement of how good it is at being whatever it is. You can think of this as the purity of a metal, or the ripeness of a fruit, or something along those lines. This quality will be carried forward from raw resources through the refining process to influence what that batch of materials is best used for in crafting.
Materialqualitätsstufen.
High
Krass.
quality is more desirable overall, but is more rare, and there are still important uses for low-quality materials. More on that later. All raw materials you find in the verse will have a quality rating that's generated based on some rules, the same kind of rules you heard about from the Planet Tech team yesterday. You'll find the same material in many places, but with varying qualities, so you might want to explore to find the best. Some materials that are already rare will be even more valuable if you can find them with high quality. But what's quality for? It's for item stats.
Ach du Scheiße.
Alongside quality, we're introducing a new item stats system to the game.
Boah! Das ist so ein Riesenbrocken, Alter. Und an dieser Stelle muss ich mal aus dem Schnitt reinspringen, um das Ganze mal ein bisschen aufzuklären. Ich habe das, glaube ich, eine ganze Zeit später im Stream nochmal angesprochen. Das Problem an diesem, ja, der Qualitätsstufen der Materialien und der Qualitätsstufen der Waffen, beziehungsweise der Möglichkeiten, die man dann hat. Das Ding ist quasi, dass man ja auch bestehende Waffen upgraden kann. Das beinhaltet dann natürlich, dass für mein Verständnis wahrscheinlich ein ähnliches Problem aufkommen wird, wie damals bei dem Entity Streaming, wo sämtliche Sachen auch umgeschrieben werden mussten und angepasst wurden an einen neuen Code, dass sie halt über den Server gestreamt werden, beziehungsweise ja über den Server gestreamt werden, was einiges an Probleme hervorgerufen hat. Und auch einmal der Fakt, dass alle bestehenden Objekte und Entities, wie zum Beispiel Pistolen oder sonst was, nochmal überarbeitet werden mussten. Das ist ein extremer Arbeitsaufwand. Und ich glaube, ich bin nicht ganz so fern damit, dass mit diesem Crafting-System, was sehr, sehr umfangreichend ist, was ich vorher nicht wusste, was auch ja immer noch ein absoluter Hammer ist, das Prinzip ist wirklich cool, aber das große Problem daran ist, dass alle vorhandenen Gegenstände nochmal bearbeitet werden müssen, genauso wie die anderen oder neue Rüstungstypen, was nochmal in einem anderen Video speziell besprochen wird von mir hier. Deswegen abonniert den Kanal, und um das nicht mehr zu verpassen. Ich glaube, wenn das so kommt, hoffe ich nicht, dass wir nochmal solche Probleme bekommen wie in der 3.18. Einen fatalen Absturz quasi des gesamten Systems. Und durch diese Änderung, wenn das live geht, wird spätestens dann, allerspätestens dann, wenn das vielleicht sogar mit 4.0 die erste Version davon kommt, gibt es zu 100% einen Wipe, denn die datenbankbasierten Gegenstände können nicht angepasst werden, weil die in alten Codex sind, so wie ich das jetzt verstehe. Dafür sind diese Wipes da, und das wird dann auf jeden Fall folgen. Ohne sowas wird das nicht umsetzbar sein. Es ist massig Arbeit für CIG. Wenn sie da jetzt hoffentlich nicht schon sehr weit mit sind, da wurde leider, ich glaube, in dem Vortrag nichts zugesagt. Also ich hoffe, dass das nicht schlimm wird. Und weiter mit dem Video.
Tier 5, providing a way for you to really invest in making your favorite vehicles excel. Of course, many of you have already bought your favorite vehicles, so you don't really need to make them from scratch, right? Or maybe you've pirated, salvaged, or otherwise commandeered a vehicle. Not to worry, you can still benefit from crafting by using an upgrade blueprint to increase the tier of an existing vehicle, including...
Ach du Scheiße, also wer es nicht verstanden hat, das arbeite ich in dem Video wieder auf. Und hier kommt das Ganze nochmal extremer rüber. Das ganze Thema mit dem Upgrade und Crafting trifft auch auf alle Schiffe zu. Denn man soll in der Zukunft, wann das sein wird, weiß keiner genau, wurden noch keine Daten genannt, nur irgendwann nächstes Jahr geht das los. Aber das soll auch auf alle Schiffe übertragen werden. Ja, und man soll auch dann gestohlene Schiffe irgendwie upgraden können. Wir haben aber, glaube ich, da irgendwie einen Death Coin oder Death Counter, oder Dead Counter, I don't know, wie das funktionieren soll. Ob das alles so funktioniert, wie sie es da angepriesen haben, ich glaube das noch nicht ganz. Aber ja, sehen wir mal, was die Zukunft bringt. Und schreibt eure Gedanken dazu mal in die Kommentare. Da bin ich sehr, sehr, sehr gespannt drauf, was ihr davon denkt.
And a high-tier scraper beam is much more effective.
Boah, ist das schnell! Aber wann kommt das? Das ist noch wieder das dauert, das ist ja so umfangreich, Digga.
That's an overview of crafting's key game mechanics. I'll now hand over to Thorsten to walk you through the full crafting process.
While you may find a blueprint on a datapad or other portable device, the blueprint itself is not a physical item. You don't collect them in a box or stack them on a bookshelf. Blueprints are digital. Once you claim one, it is permanently added to your personal library. This library...
Okay, nice. Man findet sie einmal, dann gehören sie dir. Oder halt deiner Gruppe, wie auch
This
immer.
library is persistent to your character, and every blueprint you claim is yours forever.
For your character. Character.
They cannot be stolen or traded once claimed.
Okay.
But it does not just end with acquiring blueprints. Those tiers of quality that Jacob mentioned are unlocked through blueprint research. Research requires a research data bank which can upgrade your blueprints.
Okay.
Upgrading here means that you unlock a blueprint that allows you to create a better, higher tier version of the same item using more advanced materials. Note, you will still have access to the lower tier versions if you want to craft the cheaper version.
Okay.
In order to upgrade a blueprint, you may need to perform certain actions. In this example, we need to craft 100-volt pistols and have one with a higher fire rate. Other examples would be collect resources, complete missions, or acquire research data from the Science Guild.
Also du musst schon richtig was tun, um ein Upgrade zu kriegen.
Research is time intensive, in addition to the action requirements. It will take time for the research data bank to process your research data and unlock the upgrade. You are also limited in how many research projects you can pursue at once. Now that you have your blueprint and you decided what to craft, you also know what resources to look for. Every blueprint you find will have unique requirements in their resource needs. It will not just be you need iron. We want to make use of the professions we have to meaningfully involve them in the crafting process. Especially for the more advanced blueprints, you can expect that it will require materials from multiple sources. And, as already mentioned by Jacob, pay attention to the quality.
Ja.
If you want to have the perfect item, you also need the best quality.
Na klar.
Here, the best way to find the best resources is to get out and explore the worst.
Geil,
If you
Mann.
want to find the best hidden materials, then you get yourself a top quality radar. Once you collected the raw materials, the next step is refining them. Refining, like crafting, requires blueprints. Refining blueprints take primary, secondary, and catalyst materials and produce refined materials. The rule is very simple. The quality of the primary raw material defines the quality of the refined material. The secondary material you put in has an impact on the quantity and the time the refining process will take. An optional catalyst can speed up the process further.
Okay.
Let me give you a simple example. If you want high quality steel, you need to put in the best iron you have in the primary slot. You can put any quality coal in the secondary slot without affecting the quality of the steel. But the quality of the coal will influence how much of it you need to produce steel. As an example, if you put in low quality coal, you might require 4 SCU of coal versus high quality coal that only requires 2 SCU. This is one of the important use cases for low-quality materials that Jacob mentioned. You can use refining stations in the world as they will be converted to this new process. You can build your own refineries for yourself, you can get your org to help you out, or you can simply trade for the materials that you need on the open market. Now, we are reaching the final step. You got the blueprints, you gathered resources, and refined materials. Now you can create the item you want. And this item can be anything. You will be able to craft anything from FPS equipment to vehicle components, even entire vehicles and buildings. You just need access to the relevant crafting machine.
Boah.
Talking about crafting machines. We will have a variety for you that differ in what process they can support. Like a refinery or a dedicated vehicle crafting machine. We will also find them in various places. There will be communal ones like the station refineries you already know, player-owned that can be in your personal hangar, a vehicle, or your base. As all that we have talked about just now, these crafting machines also come in tiers. Here, the tiers will affect how well those machines do their job. You will not only progress in the products you produce, but also in the infrastructure to produce your wares.
Ja, weniger Stromverbrauch zum Beispiel.
What you will encounter, here are some examples of the crafting machines. There is the nutrition fabricator, the chemical fabricator, an item fabricator, and even fabricators of a much larger scale we will talk about later.
Ach, da oben, Fabrication Hangar. Ach du Scheiße.
Talking about scale. I would like to talk about the future of crafting and the scale it will have in the game that you all know, and how it will change the game moving forward. As you all know, we have a lot of items in the game, and they all require their own unique blueprints. That means our aim is to have more than 1,000 blueprints that include the creation and the refining blueprints. And each of those can be researched to unlock tier upgrades up to tier 3 or tier 5. That's a lot of blueprints. And it will surely take a lot of time to unlock everything. So I, personally, recommend that you, as the crafter you are, focus on a specific field first and extend your knowledge from there.
Ja, normal.
Collaborate and coordinate with
Erst an deinen eigenen Spielstil anpassen, die Blueprints, und dann mehr.
To share responsibilities with your org mates. Maybe you will be the FPS crafter while your friend is a ship crafter, but they know a ship component crafter specialist.
Ja, geil.
There's a lot of content, and it will continue to grow over time.
Boah.
You are free to be a generalist crafter, a specialist, or something in between. Pick the blueprints you care about and be the best. Have an exotic shield generator that no one else has the blueprint for but you. Help others and earn credits while doing so. It is a real profession in the game that will benefit from your dedication and attention.
Ja, wie viel du spielst.
As you can tell, crafting will have a huge impact on everything in the game.
Ja.
Even if you do not want to get actively involved, at some point you will stumble over a weapon that got crafted by someone else and you will be using it. People will start selling their crafting goods or the refined materials or even the raw materials for the sole purpose of fulfilling the demand created by crafting.
Ja.
Players like you can become well-known specialists that are sought out to get certain things crafted from. With the ever-expanding game we all love, we will continuously expand our crafting to offer you long-term progression that involves the entirety of our game. And you might have guessed it already, but there's one more thing that crafting is the foundation of, and that is
Base Building. Ja, und zum Thema Base Building geht es dann in einem anderen Video weiter. Ich will diese Videos nicht allzu lang halten, ich will das ein bisschen spezieller aufteilen, deswegen das war das Video zum allgemeinen Thema Crafting in der Zukunft von Star Citizen. Wenn ihr das kommende Video nicht verpassen wollt, dann lasst natürlich sehr, sehr gerne ein Abo auf meinem Kanal da, um zukünftige Videos im Allgemeinen nicht mehr zu verpassen. Wenn euch diese Folge gefallen hat, lasst natürlich auch einen Daumen nach oben da und schreibt, wie vorhin schon mal erwähnt, sehr, sehr gerne eure Gedanken zu dem Crafting-Thema in die Kommentare. Würde mich wirklich interessieren und das wird dann auch in den kommenden Videos auf jeden Fall thematisiert. Also eure Kommentare, sofern die konstruktiv sind oder wenn ihr es vernünftig schreibt, ist alles cool. Ihr kennt den Deal und ich würde sagen, wir sehen uns wie immer allerspätestens im Verse. Haut rein.